Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a controversy that is, I guess, involving MrBeast, Jacksepticeye, a few other YouTubers as well. But really, this situation here, as, you know, small and contained as it actually is only more of like a symptom of a grander problem that's happening, not even just on YouTube, but basically across all of society at this point. I mean, the AI bubble that has exploded in the last few years is currently reshaping pretty much everything. I mean, kids in college now aren't even writing their own essays. A lot of them, they're just having ChatGPT do it. In a few years, you're gonna have people who are doctors and lawyers and shit using ChatGPT and other products like that to do their jobs, and that is something that is also the same basically for YouTube and other platforms like this. So MrBeast has partnered with this new tool or whatever that he has been marketing the last couple of days. I'm not sure if he's partnered with it or if he outright like paid for the creation of this whole tool and company or whatever, but basically he has signed on with it and is pushing it as this new revolutionary way to make YouTube thumbnails. So MrBeast created a system that allows for YouTubers to AI generate thumbnails that are algorithmically tuned to optimize engagement for their videos. Jacksepticeye has spoken out against him, condemning the practice entirely, and other creators have followed suit. While MrBeast has had his fair share of controversy in recent years, he has remained the biggest YouTuber in the world in terms of subscribers and average viewership per upload. Now he's introduced a system that allows users to AI generate thumbnails for their YouTube videos in a way that makes their videos much more clickable. Jacksepticeye has wholly rejected the idea, objecting to his inclusion in MrBeast's video demo for the product and calling him out publicly for it. So just to give you a quick background on it, this like tool or company that MrBeast is pushing is called Viewstats, and apparently it's pretty much like any image generation AI software that you've probably already seen or even used. You basically give it a prompt. So for MrBeast, it's like, okay, show me doing this thing in this way or whatever, and it generates a thumbnail that's like super fine-tuned for the YouTube algorithm. He showed a demo of it. I'm gonna go ahead and put that up on the screen. As you can see, he basically told the AI like, hey, put me hanging off a volcano with lava around me or whatever, and it generated these thumbnail concepts for him that very obviously, I mean, you could just put this as the thumbnail. It's being kind of touted as this thing where it's like, oh, it can help inspire your new thumbnails or whatever, but no, it's a tool for people to basically make the thumbnail. That's what it is. And so MrBeast did this like debut video where he like showed the use cases for other platform creators and stuff, basically showing like how this tool could be applied for other creators. And Jacksepticeye and a bunch of other people have taken some objection to this entire thing. Now, obviously, AI in general is very controversial right now, especially generative AI, which is what software like this would be considered, because basically these AI are trained, and like this AI in particular, I'm sure is trained by basically you input a shit ton of data and information into it to use that to train it, right? And for something like this, I'm assuming that MrBeast or Viewstats or whoever, they basically siphoned through millions of thumbnails from creators on YouTube already, and it worked out a way to define like which parts of thumbnails are the parts that make it more clickable or like make it more engaging to the audience, right? That way, it's basically looking through all of this information, probably largely without anyone's consent, right? And it's able to now generate these thumbnails for YouTubers based on what it learned from all of this unfiltered data or whatever, right? So it's one of those things where a lot of people, they freak the fuck out about it because, you know, it's taking artists' jobs, it's soulless, it ruins the whole thing about making content and being creative because you're just having a robot do it. And I definitely understand this viewpoint because, like myself, right, I think my thumbnails are pretty simple. Usually it's just like find a relevant picture, put some text over it. I mean, it's really not much more complicated than that, but it's gotten me hundreds of millions of views here on this YouTube channel. I mean, for me, that kind of formula has worked, right? So for other creators like MrBeast, it's a little different, I guess, but even other creators like Jacksepticeye aren't really thrilled with the concept of this entire thing, right? So what the actual fuck? And he used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. Fuck AI, he said, that being Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye has been been critical of MrBeast in the past, believing his approach to content creation is, quote, ruining YouTube, and claiming that his approach takes the fun out of making videos. This caused beef between the two creators, with Jimmy calling Jack's words toward him, quote, insanely disrespectful at the time, though they settled the beef after talking to each other privately. A feud between the two creators may be back on the table. Jack isn't the only one, though, with YouTuber Point Crow calling him out directly. The two YouTubers had a conversation about it, leading to MrBeast deleting his tweet and promising changes to the AI tools. Quote, I spend days, weeks, sometimes months thinking of thumbnails, working with artists to craft the perfect one, and you've made something that can steal my and my artist's hard work without a thought. Your model is clearly trained on all our thumbnails and uses them without any creator's permission. It makes it not only easy, but it attempts to make this socially acceptable too, reads a small part of Point Crow's critical tweet about MrBeast's tool. A few hours later, he posted this, quote, had a chat with MrBeast about his AI thumbnail creation tool. While I'm uncertain what'll be happening moving forward, I voiced my thoughts with him directly. A great idea to want to make content creation more accessible, but this isn't remotely the solution to that and actually fundamentally hurts creators as a whole. So my entire thing on this, right, like I said, I think I have a pretty basic formula for content here, right, and I don't really intend on shifting from that too much, unless, you know, it becomes like completely unfeasible, which I don't see. For me, like I said, I just find the image, put the text on it, there's the thumbnail. I don't really break it down to like this crazy science. Now, I know that a lot of creators do. There's a lot of people who put more effort into like videos over time and things than I would, just because, you know, they're making like high cut, high production, high quality overall kind of content. Me, it's just like me rambling into a microphone, right? So this will inevitably, though, kind of become the meta, and it's unfortunate because, like a lot of other people say, you know, I definitely see the like soulless parts of it, right, where it's like, okay, you didn't really make this, an artist didn't really make this, this is an amalgamation created by a robot based on a bunch of numbers and binary shit. It's not real, right? Like, this is just a computer doing its best impression of what it thinks a human would do. I get the arguments, because for me, like, the whole point of YouTube and like content creation in general is the idea that it's just me. And I mean, even today, all these, like, I've been doing this for 13 fucking years, right? Even 13 years later, it's literally just me in a room at a setup, talking into a microphone, playing a video game for gameplay, right? That's been the formula this whole time. Now, obviously, AI is shaking everything up, and for a lot of creators, right, you know, they basically see the gold, right? It's like, hey, I don't have to pay artists to do this. I can just have the fucking AI make my thumbnail. And it does stray pretty far away from what YouTube in general ever really was when it set out as a platform. You know, when it was created all the way back in 2004, and the tagline was broadcast yourself back in the day, right? Like when a lot of us really got into YouTube back when it first started. The whole point was it was you. It was your creation. It was your voice. It was your video editing, all these different things. Now, obviously, I mean, let's be real, it's been way over a decade at this point since this really kicked into motion. YouTube has become sanitized, it's become corporatized, it's become this basically alternative to cable television and shit like that. I mean, it's no longer the broadcast yourself website, it's the follow the guidelines, do what the trends say, do what the algorithm says, corporate platform. That's what it is. So I think a lot of the soul and the heart and everything to YouTube has already been gone for a long time. But with things like this, we are accelerating that demise. I mean, that's just the reality of it. There are entire YouTube channels at this point that are ran, made, built, and everything by AI. And they're making millions of dollars, and they're competing with actual YouTubers. So this is something that's been going on, and this is just the, I guess, next front of this entire thing. But for someone like MrBeast, you can see why he doesn't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, MrBeast doesn't care because his videos are already being made by employees anyway. Like, he and his employees are running a multi-million, probably a multi-billion-dollar brand at this point. I mean, they're doing the chocolate bars and all this other shit, right? They're doing a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. So they don't give a fuck about, like, oh, the soul of the video, oh, the passion of the video creation, right? They care about making money. And I think that's what Jacksepticeye and many other people critical of this have pointed out over time, is it's like, this is not what YouTube is supposed to be. But that's the thing. Nobody else cares. You know what I mean? mean? For those of us who are like, yeah, we'd like to uphold the traditional YouTube values or whatever, we would like for the website to remain like a creator-first platform, and we want it to be a place where human ingenuity thrives and stuff like that. 90% of people really don't give a fuck. I mean, I'll go ahead and I'll pose the question to you, the viewer. If you're looking through, like, let's say you're clicked on your recommended or something, right? You're just scrolling through the videos that are coming up, and you see a video topic that definitely intrigues you, right? Like, it's just something you'd be interested in, but you notice the thumbnail is clearly AI generated. Like, not even just, oh, AI upscaled it or sharpened it or whatever, right? I'm talking AI straight up made it. How many of you, right, would be willing to not watch that video and would just forego that creator altogether because they were making AI thumbnails? The truth is, I'm assuming the vast majority of people wouldn't give a shit. They'd be like, oh, AI generated. And that's if they even realized that what they were looking at was AI generated. You gotta think, most people already can't tell when a lot of shit is AI. Boomers, children, I mean, that's like 80% of the internet right there, boomers and children. They can't tell what the fuck is going on, so they don't care, you know what I mean? So in a way, I think we've already reached that threshold a long time ago where it's like the soul has left the internet. It's already all bots. It's already all AI. It's already all people who are becoming every day more and more enthralled by what AI can bring them in terms of like content and shit. People don't care, you know what I mean? That's just the sad reality of it, is like, if you're one of these people who has like a big passion for the arts, most people don't share that passion. They view this stuff as like stuff to consume. That's really what it is. It's consumption material. They don't care who's making it or how it's being made. They just want to see the shit, bro. Put the video in the bag, you know, put the thumbnail in the bag. That is the mass mentality. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start a poll over on the community tab of my channel today as this video rolls out, asking like, hey, if you saw an AI video or thumbnail, would you refuse to watch it? I really am curious to see what the viewers think on that one, right? Quote, just mentioning because I think it's important to note that he reached out, even though we still largely disagree, leaving everything up to discourage this still, and I'll count this hopefully as my book into the saga. MrBeast replied to that, outlining the changes he wants to make to the tool. Quote, already working on changes like face swap, should only be used to swap your face on your thumbnail, obviously not others, and overall I'll build this more in a way to be inspiration for artists / a tool they use and not replace them. Very good feedback. Quote, my goal with Viewstats is to build tools to level the playing field between people like me with 300 employees and new creators that can't afford a small army, MrBeast explained. Now, the statement here by MrBeast, right, like when you hear that, you're supposed to think, okay, he's not only doing this for him as the man with the enterprise, but he's doing this for small creators. He's building them a tool to help them, you know, because they can't afford a small army or whatever, right? But when you look at the product itself, it's $80 a month, which, by the way, that's more than like Adobe Creative Cloud with all the programs. That's more than like ChatGPT and all the other AI platforms that you can use to like generate images and stuff like that. So this isn't necessarily, at least in my opinion, and like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I've done this as a small creator and a large creator. I don't think this is like the argument to make where it's like, oh, I'm doing this for the little guy. I'm doing this for the guy who's on a budget, right? Because, I mean, $1,000 a year is not a budget tool. That is what we would call a premium asset in a person's toolkit, right? Like that's something that you basically write off on taxes as a business expense kind of thing. This is not some, like if it was $5 a month or something like that, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from, but this is $80 a month. I don't think it's just some tool for the little guy here. I mean, if you're some dude with 500 subscribers and you want to AI generate thumbnails, you're just going to use your ChatGPT subscription, or you're going to go use Grok or whatever, Midjourney or some shit like that, right? So obviously this is massively controversial. MrBeast deleted the initial post on Twitter about this entire thing. He was getting flack, not even just from creators, but just from everybody in general. Pretty much everybody I saw talking about it was speaking negatively, but then again, you gotta think like Twitter is kind of an echo chamber in a way. It's like its own unique culture. It kind of has its own opinions that are really only held mostly by the people using that website, right? I mean, like I said, a lot of people, the whole AI thing is weird because when you hear people talk about it online, you hear people like really intensely immensely critical of the entire thing. But then when you just talk to like normies in real life or whatever, you just talk to people who aren't like on Twitter or whatever, they're not in the loop with how people like have their opinions online, they think that AI is the coolest shit ever, you know? Like your grandpa is gonna have ChatGPT on his phone eventually, and he's gonna be fucking with it all day long, you know? He's gonna be making pictures of woke pink-haired liberals drinking, you know, liberal tears or something in a Fox News mug, right? That's what's gonna be happening, you know? The normal people, the everyday person, they don't give a fuck about the YouTube AI thumbnail controversy or whatever, right? And so when it comes to like this stuff becoming normalized, I mean, it's already kind of here, bro. Like, it's not going anywhere at this point. You're not shutting this shit down, you know what I mean? Like, even if MrBeast's venture here failed, which I don't see it happening, I just saw some like notification from YouTube the other day that they are going to be rolling out an AI thumbnail generation tool, and it's going to be like in closed testing or whatever, and it's going to inevitably be rolled out to everybody, as all these features are, but like that's in the pipeline, you know what I mean? So if YouTube themselves are already backing this kind of stuff, they're already announcing that like they're going to be molding in AI generation tools for things like YouTube Shorts and all kinds of shit. I mean, if it's already to that point, we're kind of already too far gone. Like, this stuff is already here. It's beyond, oh, we can't normalize this or make it socially acceptable. It already is, you know? People have already turned the blind eye to what AI is. It's already here, you know what I mean? Like, the companies are already established. They're already getting the product out. You're not closing the bottle on this genie now. So it is one of those things where it's like, damn, it's kind of dystopian or whatever. Looking at it, it's like, well, this isn't what we intended with the platform. This isn't what most creators are like, yippee, you know? But ultimately, I mean, it's one of those things. In 6 months, everyone's going to forget about it. It's going to be just completely memory hold. It's not going to be one of these situations that people really care about long term. And so with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about the MrBeast AI thumbnail situation and signing out.